Hello, hello, hello. Happy, incredible morning, sunny morning from New York City. Actually, I'm not in New York City today. I am in New York in the Catskill Mountains. So, yes, I'm a little lost. It's early in the morning. Don't blame me. How are you guys doing? How's everybody out there? I got some music here. Always got to start with music. Set that mood. If you are watching from my page, from my Facebook page, thank you guys for following and staying so loyal. You gotta stick till the end because today we have an incredible artist that I want to introduce to you. You are going to love his work. If you are in the Art to International pages, thank you for supporting the art, for supporting the artist, and for staying inspired with us. Let's stop the music. Let's stop the music. Enough, enough. Well, the inspiration is not going to come from the music today. The inspiration is going to come from somebody really special that you guys are going to get to meet. He is one of the award winning artists of the Top 60 Masters Awards that we are presenting in New York City June 22nd. This is so exciting. I'm so honored. He's a fine art photographer. You are going to love his work and his message. And here he is, Stephen Tobin. How are you?
I'm doing great. Great to see you. And
It's so good to see you here.
yeah, looking great. And thanks for such a wonderful introduction.
Thank you. So that you know, guys, sometimes I'm gonna be looking down here because I want to see Steven's face, and actually the monitor is down here, but I'm gonna be looking at your eyes. Steven, there's so much, and like I told you, we were reviewing some questions that I sent to Steven off cameras. And I told him, get ready because this is going to be spontaneous. His journey is so interesting. I don't even know where to start, but I think for the sake of those who are watching, there's always that curiosity of how do you get started? How do you start? How do you become so successful? Where was the beginning of your career? So, can you share that with us?
The, Happy to. The very beginning of my career was actually in my teens. I started selling photographs locally in different gift shops and different stores. What this was before the internet. That was in the 35 millimeter days. And then I shot my first wedding at 17. And I've been in the industry in one aspect or another. Now I'm 44, so I don't want to do the math. So about 30 years, I think.
Wow. I know that you've shown in many countries,
Mhm.
right? Over I think like almost 10 countries you have
Yes.
showcased your work, right?
Mhm. It's
So,
been quite an adventure, and I love this entire industry. It's so fun.
how did that career evolve? Because I know, you started as a photographer, you went into fine art photography, which is very challenging, by the way, for those watching. Being an artist, oh my goodness, it's challenging. It is challenging. We know that every stage of the career is a challenge. So don't think that because you've been doing it for 10 or 20 years, you're not going to work anymore. You got to work. Can you share that with us, Stephen?
Yes. I mean, every time and what I've found is over the years, I've had to evolve with the industry. I mean, as I mentioned, I started in the 35 millimeter days, and now I work with digital photography. I do graphic design and digital arts, all based through my digital photography. But I've always found, at least in my experience shooting, that the people that I know who have either started on 35 millimeter or have at least played with it as an art form uh, tend to be really good photographers because with 35 millimeter, you really have to plan that shot. You can't click off 50, 60 of each pose and take the best. You have to plan those shots because you only have so many on a roll. And odds are, at least when I started as a teenager, I only had very few rolls because I didn't have much money. So you had to learn how to shoot, make every shot count. And that is a really big difference I've noticed between 35 millimeter, that film era, versus the digital era. And that's something that I've had to evolve into, and also the messages and the techniques used.
Wow, wow, so much technical information. I want to acknowledge Gigi who says being an artist is is a challenge, but it's something beautiful. Yes, it is. Yes, it is, and we know
Agreed.
that. Um, well, I'm thinking, Steve, about what you're sharing, and what I'm thinking is that because of those limitations at the early stages, which we don't have now in the digital era with the phone, you can take 1,000 photos.
Oh, yeah.
That probably made you very resourceful, but at the same time, I think it influenced your style, right?
Oh, certainly. It
Yeah.
helps shape it in that you really analyze scenes in depth
Hmm.
necessarily, because you had to plan everything out. But now with digital, as you mentioned, you don't have to the same way. So there's a lot more intent in every single push of the button.
Right, right. So I was snooping into your website, and guys, I'm gonna look down here because I want to share some of your website. Is there a specific gallery on your website that you want me to share? Because I
Uh,
found beautiful shots. I mean, there is so much here. Look at that.
oh, I love that one.
That's so sweet. Oh my goodness.
It's my little
And
girl.
yeah. Oh wow. She's gorgeous. She's so beautiful.
It was her first time at a beach, and she had a blast.
This is beautiful. This is beautiful. I love the drops of water. I love it. I love what you captured there, how you captured that moment.
It
It
was a fantastic moment. For me, it's so personal, but it's also so universal.
right, right. I think that's the beauty of photography on capturing those moments and make them like immortal, right?
Yeah.
You're immortalizing that moment stays forever if
Mhm.
you keep that image, right?
Yeah. I've always loved where the roots of the word photography came from. It means to paint with light.
Wow, wow. Paint with light.
That's the root of it in ancient Greek. It was
Oh,
photography is to
wow.
paint with light, which is where I get frustrated sometimes when people say, "Oh, well, you're not a painter." I'm like, "What? I paint with light beams."
That's awesome. That's awesome to hear. That's a very nice interview. Congratulations to the artist.
Thank you so
Thank you
much.
very much. Such a lovely photo. Oh, thank you, Luz. Thank you. We're getting some nice comments. I
I
love this. I love this. The hand. That's
Oh, so do
so
I.
significant, right?
To me, it just speaks of that transition of generations, that generational love, also the knowledge and skills we pass on. It,
Right.
it, it goes to so many levels. And don't get me wrong, the you could have different colored hands, or I could have done something there. But in the black and white, I feel it just makes it once again very universal image, like anyone can identify with a young
Right.
child touching an adult's hand.
Right. I love that. One of the things that I appreciate about photography is that people think is the camera or the technique, but it really is the eye of the artist. Like it has to be the eye, what you see, right? What you find,
Hmm.
being able to see that and capture it. You have to see it before you capture it,
Yes.
and I think that's a beautiful part. What would you advise, like, for any fine art photographer that's just starting right now? What would you share with them?
I would say try to be patient with yourself. It's a long road.
Yep.
Don't rush.
Yep.
And I always I'm reminded of quotes from, artists from generations ago. If you're going to do anything, go the whole way. Don't do a half measure. Either do it or don't. It's kind of Star Warsy, but it still boils down to the same thing. Uh, in terms of like, I'm going to be setting up a show hopefully soon around mental health, and that's going to be very honest, and it's going to be very difficult for some people to see. The photographs are of raw emotional moments for individuals at the worst moments of their life. And I've captured those through therapeutic photographic sessions, we'll say. That was done through my training as a registered nurse, of course. So all participants were well protected, uh, support individuals. Everything was done according to, medical ethical standards.
Well, so what led you to become a registered nurse?
Well, I was a medic in the military a long time ago. I was a lifeguard, and then I had a little girl. And at that time was when the economic crisis was beginning. And I'd been working in fine art at that time, but my people cut back a lot on very expensive art or expensive art for a while. And I felt as a father, I needed to make sure that I could take care of my family. So I went back to school and got my degree is a bachelor in nursing at Memorial University. And then I worked as a registered nurse on the ear, nose, and throat surgical floors and vascular surgical floors during the pandemic. Um, then I ended up with PTSD as a result of those experiences.
Wow. Can you share a little bit about that?
I can share what I can.
Yes, yes.
um, the ear, nose, and throat floor was very challenging due to the regulations of the pandemic at the time. There was no one permitted to come within the hospital. And of course, I was going back and forth between work and home, and I had a young family. So I had to be very careful. I had to isolate myself even when I was home. So I
Right.
didn't get to spend much time with my family at all. And there were multiple injuries during that time.
Hmm.
But also, it was sitting with people when their family couldn't be there. Everyone was alone. There was, you might have been married for 50 years and have grandkids. None of them were permitted to come in, even if you were passing. So I would sit with them and hold their hand and tell them it'd be okay.
Wow. So you're a healer. What a beautiful experience. I mean, to share
Oh, it's
that
perfect.
you did, because that's, I think that was the work of so many first responders. I don't know what the world would have done without you guys there. So I appreciate that.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you so much for sharing. I know, and I'm pretty much that impacted your artwork, right?
Oh, yes. Um, Previously, I always focused on the beauty that I found in the world, no matter how small. I still do. I still try to. But through my PTSD and my experiences, I'm dealing with a lot more dark things. And like every artist, our art is part of our therapy. It's how we heal. In fact, I had to use my photography to help treat the agoraphobia that I had for a while. It helped me interact in society again because I was comfortable with my camera. I could take pictures, uh, but I still had that separation from the group around me. So my art actually facilitated my recovery, and through that, it's become an expression and a way for me to deal with what's going on and to share because people don't really understand. And it's unfortunate. As a nurse, I was on both sides. I've treated people with mental health. I did some time, a few rotations in a mental health hospital during my nursing education. And now to be on this side, to know both sides is a very interesting thing. There are some issues.
Right, right. Now, I mean, oh my goodness, it's such incredible experience in so many, in I can imagine all the array of emotions have you gone through. Probably made you so much more empathetic because now you're, like you say, on both sides, right?
Mhm.
Um, yeah. I mean, I'm looking forward to what you're creating, but I want to share some of the comments because they touch
Yeah,
my heart. Like, you're touching people's hearts, and the comments are coming so fast that it's hard to keep up. But there
I've been
was
trying.
somebody, I think it was Andrea, I was reading, and she said something so interesting. So Thank you so much, Andrea. Where are you? Where is that comment? I don't know if you can find it, Maria Jose. There it is.
Oh, I'm looking at it right now. It's beautiful.
And it really touches my heart because that really is the work, and the goal of what we do is to bring, incredible artists, inspiring people like you to inspire others, right? And that's, we gotta do that, right? We gotta do that, especially now. And I'm not gonna enter into anything negative because I don't like it. I like to be in this happy bubble as much as it could be criticized. But the only way to share joy and the only way to share positive energy and inspire you is to stay in this happy bubble. Even if we are aware of what is happening around us, we
Mhm.
need to be grounded into our center, and our
Yeah.
center needs to be joy. That's the only thing, and the only thing that we want to share with our family, our loved ones, with you
Mhm.
guys. So thanks so much, Stephen, for sharing this. I know you have a project coming up and it sounds exciting. Can you share a little bit about it?
Well, that's the project around mental health, focusing on PTSD. I
Yep.
am really excited about it. It'll have 15 minority groups. So men, women, indigenous, Inuit, uh, Iranian, Bangladesh, all over the world. And all of these individuals I met and have photographed here in Newfoundland and Labrador. Uh,
Wow.
province here only has 500,000 people. And I've been able to find all of these people here. And none of them are first responders or veterans. The only individual featured in the show that is me. Other than
Wow.
that, everyone is a regular person and they all suffer from PTSD.
Wow.
And
I look forward to hearing more. When is this happening?
uh, I'm still trying to find the right place to do it.
Okay.
I have two subjects left to photograph. I have to fly up to Labrador for that.
Okay.
And then I'm got it all together, and it's just I got to find the right place to notify the world of what PTSD is really like, and let people. Well, we'll see if they want to wander inside my mind.
Oh wow. I'm sure I do. I'm sure everybody else wants to. So we look forward to that project of yours. Is there anything you would like to share before we go?
Well, I'd just like to say thank you so much for this wonderful opportunity. It's amazing. It helps validate and inspire all of us that work so hard every day to create, to share, and make this world a little bit more of a beautiful place, and hopefully a place that's more open and communicative amongst all of us. And art right now is one of the ways that we can do that. Art can break down borders. It doesn't matter race, age, color, any of it. It's all universal if we do it right. And that's the beauty of art. It can transcend borders, eras, ages, all boundaries, and share. And that's something beautiful. And it's something this world sorely needs.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Steven. So we'll see you soon.
I look forward
And
to it.
are you traveling to New York?
Oh, yes. I'll
Okay,
be there.
exciting. Okay.
I
So we'll
think I
see
get there
you.
on the 19th.
Awesome. I'll see you on the 22nd
Can't
at
wait.
the Museum of Art and Designs to give you your award, to present the award to you in person.
Be
All right.
wonderful. Great to see you again, too.
Okay. And thanks for being part of this. Thank
Oh,
you.
thank you for inviting me. Have a great
All
day.
right. Bye. Oh my goodness, how inspiring, guys. I am more and more inspired with this artist. So amazing. His journey is quite incredible. And he's a healer as well as an artist, which is even more and more beautiful. I appreciate his work. I really do. I can't wait to share his journey, his message in the Top 60 Masters book. And you guys are going to have free access to the book, actually. So we want everybody to read it, discover about this artist. And if you want to learn more about the Top 60 Masters, just visit top60masters.com and you're going to discover what we are doing. We're going to be in New York awarding these incredible, incredible master artists. And I hope you keep supporting the arts. You stay there, supporting the artists. Let them know what you think. Let them know. Visit their websites. Let the artists know what's in your heart. It's such a great thing to hear. When you're an artist, it's so good to hear that people appreciate your work. It doesn't matter if you're famous or not, if you just started, if you've been doing it for 50 years. It doesn't matter. The heart of the artist is the same, and we want to hear that you appreciate what we're doing. So I thank you so much for staying tuned. Thank you, everyone, in all of the pages where we are sharing this. And don't forget to stay inspired. To if you are an artist or if you like art and you're thinking about should I do it? Let me try. Maybe not. Just do it. Just do it. Just dare to create. Okay. That's the tagline of Art2 International for 2024. We launched this new tagline. It's dare to create because we just gotta do it. Just dare to do that which is in your heart. Even if it's not art, whatever it is, just dare to be who you are intended to be, to live your passion, to give it your all, because ultimately that's what life is about. And when we are at the end, we don't want to say, what if, right? You want to say, whatever I did it with passion and I give it my all. And that way we make the world happier, okay? Happy people make happy people. So let's stay inspired. Let's make happy people. Let's share the arts. Let's support the artists. Visit the website, visit top60masters.com, and let us know what you think. I'm going to be back in the afternoon. I have another interview today. I'm not going to tell you who it is, but it's very, very inspiring as well. So stay tuned. See you later. And